Good day, everyone. Me and my fellow groupmates are tasked to discuss about environment engineering and energy engineering. First of all, what is environment engineering? Well, it is the application of science and engineering principles to improve our environment. This is to have a cleaner or better surroundings and to reduce the pollutions on our Mother Earth. On the other hand, we have energy engineering. It is all about reducing the world's energy consumption. Also, it is an engineering applied to energy sector that is focused on increasing the energy efficiency on machineries, factories, and households. That is the brief description of environment engineering and energy engineering. Here are my groupmates to discuss further about these topics.
Okay, so let us now start discussing the history of environmental and energy engineering. So, environmental engineering actually began in the 1830s at United States. So, utilizing it, it continued to evolve to satisfy the problem of environments posed by urbanization, suburbanization, and other needs of the nation in the 18th century. So, there was an event in 1970s. So, that event is called the Earth Day. So, this Earth Day captured the public's attention. So, because of this, it leads to a concentrated effort to clean up the environment, and this profession was practiced and continued, but only by a few. So, yet the pioneers, so what I mean by pioneers here is that they are the modern engineers we have right now. So, they are Mills, Chesbrough, Sedgwick, Hazen, Metcalfe, Eddy, Camp, Fair, and Woolman. So, they name a few. So, Blaze a trail establishing design protocols still in use today. So, though environmental engineering first discovered during the 1830s, the first environmental engineer introduced his action 3 decades after the discovery. So, that engineer is named Joseph Bazalgette. So, he was an English civil engineer. He was popularly known for his great contributions, and one of it is the sewer system done in 1866 at London, United Kingdom. So he saw to it that the flow of fall water from old sewers and underground rivers was intercepted and diverted along new low-level sewers built behind embankments of the riverfront and taken to new treatment works. So Bazalgette designed the sewer because of the great stink back then at London. So that was the history of environmental engineering. So another one, we have here the energy engineering. So nothing really much about energy engineering. So it was mere discovered late 19th century. So human beings have been transferring energy from one form to another since their use of fire. So the efficiency of the transfer of energy is new field. So we have a crisis in 1973 and crisis in 1979. So that is called the oil crisis of 1973 and the energy crisis of 1979. So it was said to be that these two crises brought to light the need to get more work out of less energy. So thus discovering this field of civil engineering called this energy engineering. So the two crises, the oil crisis and the energy crisis, is said to be the mere factor that created the energy engineering. So that was all about the energy engineering.
Good morning, everyone. I am Maria Talia M. Rubidillo from Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. Today we will be discussing about the role of environment and energy engineering. But before that, let me first give you a short overview of what environment and energy engineering is. And since it is already discussed by the previous discussant, I will just give you a short discussion about it. Environmental engineering, from the word itself, environment, which is about the available nature around us. It includes the life support systems such as water, air, and land or soil. Environmental engineering deals with the technology to save nature from human and natural abuse and pollution. But who are environmental engineers and what they really do? They apply principles based on scientific and engineering knowledge to improve environment, natural and built, to provide clean air, water, and land for human habitation, and to remediate pollution. That we already have an idea of what environmental engineering is, let's move on to the role of environmental engineering in our society. Environmental engineering plays a big role in our society. They are the technocrats who are committed to protect human beings from harmful effects of environmental degradation caused by pollution in the environment due to population growth, rapid industrialization, and urbanization, like us from harmful effects of environment and provide us clean air, water, and land. They generally act to build bridge between engineering, technology, and biology. They also make environmental strategies like evaluation of environmental equality, steps for improvement in quality of water, air, and food, as well as suggestions regarding the proper collection and disposal of solid and liquid waste from the city. They also do design, construction, and operation of treatment facilities of water, air, and solid waste. In addition, the main goal of environmental engineering is to ensure that societal development and the use of water, air, and land resources is sustainable. This goal is achieved by managing these resources so that environmental pollution and degradation is minimized. And now that we are done with the environmental engineering, let us move on to the next topic, which is all about energy engineering. Energy engineering is all about reducing the world's energy consumption, since energy is the building blocks of everything and is required to build or power anything that is used in the world. What do energy engineering do? An energy engineer works on project design to reduce energy use or cost. This may include designing, building, evaluating, or remodeling energy systems and controls. What are the roles played by energy engineer? They generate new energy from renewable resources and provide clean and efficient energy supply with minimal environmental damage. Also identify the area of high energy consuming sources and designing and developing energy efficient process in such areas. Another role of energy engineer is to introduce innovative energy efficient processes and implementing the same in the organization for high energy efficiency. They are also responsible on conducting on-site and field observation, collecting energy efficiency data, and analyzing the process energy efficiency use. The large-scale industrial process. Fortunately, energy is a broad field of engineering dealing with energy efficiency and services. That will be all. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Joshua Gregory Pura and I'm here to discuss some important skills in the field of environmental and energy engineering. First on our list is communication skills. Communication skills refers on how you interact and socialize with others efficiently in verbal or non-verbal manner. It is essential because there's a lot of parties involved that you have to communicate with. Example, in interacting your clients, presenting your plans and innovations to your co-workers, delivering speech and presentation in schools and seminars promoting the sustainability and welfare of the environment. Number two, analysis skills refers to the ability to solve any problem efficiently. Critical analysis skills enhance your brain capacity or your mentality to engage in any problem-solving situations. You must be a quick learner or able to learn new things in a short period of time. Say for example, in your fieldwork, there's a lot of possibilities that you may encounter some problems. And that's how the critical analysis skills able to solve the problem easily. Therefore, it involves critical analysis skills to solve any problems that you may encounter. Number three is your flexibility. Flexibility refers on how you adapt to your environment with the equipment of expanding your specialty. Adapting in your environment, such as adjusting to your workplace, even to your coworkers on how you interact them, being cooperative. In this way, you become an expert in the field or even in the office work. As I've said earlier, flexibility requires you to expand your specialties. For example, understanding the ethical standards and procedures at work, learning thoroughly the fundamentals and concepts of engineering, efficient usage of technologies, and many more. Next on the list is the ambition and the willingness to learn. You must be clear to your ambition, and it is to sustain the welfare of the environment. Willingness to learn requires your curiosity, and that curiosity leads to new ideas, forming solutions and innovations to solve any problems. It also involves the state of being open-minded. It requires you to understand any difficulties in your work or any of your environment. The last thing in the list is being passionate and being a role model. When it comes to an agent of an environment, thinking about your purpose is essential. Remember that you are working not for money or fame. You are working for the environment. The involvement of your ultimate goal in your daily task, either in small or in big ways. To sum up, I have mentioned 5 different skills that required in this field. The communication skills, the critical analysis skills, flexibility, ambition and willingness to learn, and last is the passion and being a role model. Remember that those above mentioned skills were just the result of our generalizations and does not intend to limit your idea and understanding on what skills truly needed in this field of environmental and energy engineering.
Energy and environmental engineering examples in abroad. First up is energy engineering. First example is Tengger Desert Solar Park, China. Located in Jiangwei, China, it is 43 square kilometers, can produce 1,547 megawatts. It is also known as the Great Fall of Solar. Because of 20% of China is desert, it makes a perfect housing for solar plants like this one. Currently, solar power meets just 1% of the China's energy demand, and the government is aiming to draw 20% of its power from renewable energy sources by 2030. Next example is Geyser, California. Geyser, California is 30 square kilometers wide and it's located in Mayacamas Mountains, 72 miles north of San Francisco. Can generate power output of 1,517 megawatts. The geyser is in the world's largest geothermal field containing a complex of 22 geothermal power plants which draw steams from 350 plus wells. The development meets 60% of the power demands of the coastal region between the Golden Gate Bridge and the Oriental State Line. It is also known to be the largest steam field in the world. Studies suggest that the source of heat from the steam reservoir is a large magma chamber 4 miles beneath the surface. This magma chamber is greater than 8 miles in diameter. Next up is environmental engineering examples. Example number 1 is Shiwol Lake Tidal Power Station in Korea. Located at Daebudong, South Korea, it is the world's largest tidal power installation. It can generate power outputs of 254 megawatts, and the estimated cost of this project is a whopping $560 million. And it is also an artificial constructed lake built in 1994. The tidal barrage uses a seawall which was created for flood mitigation and agricultural purposes. Then 25.4 megawatts of merged bulb turbines were driven in a flood generation scheme. Power is a one-way system that only utilizes tidal inflows and it generates power twice a day on high tides. And the water flows from West Sea to Shiwol Lake by the turbines. hence producing electricity. The station can produce 552.7 gigawatts per hour of electricity annually, enough to support the domestic needs of the city with a population of 500,000. Next example is Three Gorges Dam, China. The dam is a hydroelectric dam that crosses Yangtze River near the town of Zhangjiu- Zhangjiuping, China. The construction of the dam started 1994 and was completed in 2006. The dam spent 148.31 billion yuan from construction to relocating and finance. The dam measures 2,335 meters long. The build on this project used 463,000 tons of steel, and that is enough to build 63 Eiffel Towers. Aside from producing electricity, the dam also increases the Yangtze River shipping capacity. It also helps reduce the potential floods downstream. The dam is also known as the world's largest power station in terms of installed capacity of 22,500 megawatts. And each of the dam's 32 main water turbines has a capacity of 700 megawatts.
Hi classmates, hi sir. This is Guerra Picardo presenting to Environmental and Energy Engineering. So this is the first slide. Okay. So an overview of environmental engineering. Environmental engineering combines solutions to environmental engineering in PH is also NGOs and other interested in the preservation of the environment. So here are some environmental engineering projects. One is water supply and treatment. This involves classification of water bodies. So this is done because water bodies need to be assessed if they are acidic or basic or just right to be drink by people, or that's also what's drinkable water. They need to check it. So water supply and treatment also involves assessment of coastal geohazards and groundwater resources. So this is important because hazards are everywhere. So geohazards can be found almost everywhere and they need to be detected. Also, groundwater can be sometimes polluted. The ENR needs to check these things. So, lastly, they need to rehabilitate the abandoned mines. This is because mines do a big impact on the area where the mining is done. Because mining depletes resources and also the mining wastes usually flow down the river, so it's like double the damage. So the ENR needs to check these abandoned mining areas to ensure that it is safe for people. So another example of water supply and treatment is the Manila Bay cleanup. So this is a recent one. So I think most of you knows this because this is always in the television. Another project of the is wastewater treatment. So in here you can see a wastewater treatment plant in North Gaza. In our country, there are still not much wastewater treatment technology because our focus is on other things. For example, build. Hence, most domestic wastewater in our country is discharged without treatment. So, we have a few wastewater treatment facilities. So this one on the screen is located in Maribelas, Bataan. It is owned by the Authority of the Freeport Area of Bataan, or AFAB. So another one, this is actually an interesting wastewater treatment facility. It's found in Dumaguete City Public Market. It makes use of the anaerobic bioreactor system, a non-mechanized treatment process, which is now widely used in India and Indonesia to treat hospital and domestic wastewater. So, this is already the final parts of the process of the wastewater treatment. So, lastly, the last project of the ENR that I'm going to mention is the air pollution management, where they develop pollution dispersion models to evaluate the concentration of pollutants from vehicle exhaust and industrial plant emissions. So this is very important for highly urbanized areas. The diagram you can see on the screen is gases pollution dispersion. So before we proceed to energy engineering, I would like you to ponder on this one. Several Filipino scientists and groups have criticized this project for its main goal of beautification instead of rehabilitation. Say you were an environmental engineer, what would you have proposed to the DNR in order to clean the Manila Bay? I'm pretty sure you are familiar with this picture. I showed it earlier. It's the import of white sand or dolomite from Cebu to Manila Bay. So this is heavily criticized because for scientists, this is just a temporary solution. But the ENR still pushed for this idea. So I would like you to think of a better way or another way between the monolithic, if we can, if we please, leading to energy engineering.
Next is some of the law that implement or support energy and environmental engineering in the Philippines. Here, I'm going to talk about two Republic Act. It is the Republic Act number 11393 and Republic Act number 11285. These two Republic Act has begun and held in Metro Manila, July 23, 2018. First, we will going to talk about Republic Act number 11393, or also known as the Advanced Energy and Green Building Technologies Curriculum Act. In this law, it is hereby declared the policy of the state to give priority to education, science, and technologies and other similar institutions. It is also to provide assistance to higher education institutions in preparing the next wave and existing design and construction professional to become adept in advanced energy and green building technologies. Next is the Republic Act number 11285, or also known as the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Act. In this law, it is hereby declared the policy of the state to formulate, develop, and implement energy efficiency and conservation plans and programs to secure sufficiency and stability of energy supply in the country. It is also to promote and encourage, reinforce related laws and other statutory provision, ensure a market-driven approach to energy efficiency, conservation, sufficiency, and sustainability in the country. That's all. Thank you.
So let us now proceed to the special topics in energy engineering. So the first one is the professional organization. It has a main organization called Association of Energy Engineers that lead to certifications to teach individuals across the world and do the job of energy engineers. The next topic is about the education. The bachelor's degree is the primary requirement to become an energy engineer. There are 16,000 of energy engineers in the Association of Energy Engineers, and 58.4% have postgraduate degrees in their accredited universities. And there are several universities across the world that establish department that offers a degree for energy engineers. So the next topic is what an energy engineering deals with. The first one is the energy efficiency. It has a goal to reduce the amount of energy required to provide a product and services. It allows to use less heating and cooling of energy to maintain the thermal comfort. The next one is the facility management. It is a professional management discipline focused on the efficient and effective delivery of services for the organizations that it serves. The term facility means something that is built, installed, or established to serve a purpose. The next one is the energy services. It has a company that provides a broad range of energy solutions, including designs and implementations of energy savings projects, energy conservations, and more. Next is environmental compliance, means comporting to environmental laws, regulations, standards, and other requirements to operate. Environmental compliance activities are being aligned with corporate performance goals and being integrated to some extent to avoid conflicts. Sustainable energy. It is used in such a way that it meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their needs. It is often used interchangeably with the term renewable energy. Renewable energy. It is collected from renewable resources which are naturally replenished on human timescale, such as sunlight, wind, rain, tides, waves, and geothermal heat. It often provides energy in four important areas. The first one is the electricity generation. The second one is the air. Next is the water heating or cooling and the transportation and the other services.
And now for the special topics of environmental engineering. As stated earlier, environmental engineering is the integration of science and engineering principle for the improvement of the natural environment to provide healthy air, water, and land for human habitation. And now for the topics covered in environmental engineering. First is the introduction of energy sources. Energy sources are something that can produce heat, power life, move object, and produce energy. It is also an opportunity given by an area to produce electricity based on its natural condition and circumstances. First of the energy sources is the fossil fuels and fossil energy, which is considered as world's primary source of energy like natural gas, petroleum, and coal. However, fossil fuels damage the planet because it causes carbon emission, which is considered a great contributor for global warming. Next is bioenergy. Bioenergy is a renewable resources which is derived from recently living organic materials which known as biomass, which can produce transportational fuels, heat, electricity, and products. The third one is the renewable sources. These are sources that are naturally replenishing but low limited. They are virtually inexhaustible in duration but has a limited amount of energy per unit. Example of these natural resources are solar, hydro, wind, tidal, geothermal, and biomass. Lastly is technology for clean energy sources. It is source reduction or recycled method to eliminate or significantly reduce hazardous waste generation. It includes improvement in pipe wastewater treatment. Another topic in environmental engineering is the evaluation of materials and process for energy conversions. In this topic, we will discuss energy efficiency and thermodynamics. Energy efficiency simply means using less energy and performing less tasks. One of the major benefits of energy efficiency is that it reduces the greenhouse effects. Speaking of thermodynamics, it is a branch of physics that deals with the relationship between heat and other forms of energy. In particular, it describes how thermal energy is converted into other forms of energy and how it affects the matters. This topic also includes reaction environment rate, loss, and kinetic mass and energy recovery conversions. And for the last special topic of environmental engineering is the critical evaluation of energy and resources recovery pathways communicated through Number 1. Mini review and critical journal paper discussion. And for the last one, team paper presentation. And that would be all. Thank you. Salamat po sa lahat ng nanood. Very much appreciated. And now for the shoutout. Shoutout po mga idols. Shoutout sa CE1A. Shoutout sa isa. Shoutout po kay John Vincent Talantad. Napakagwapo mo po, idol. Tingin naman DJs. For more videos, just click subscribe and hit the notification bell para palagi kayong updated sa aking mga vlog. That will be it. Peace out!